show. That's right. You know what it is. You didn't think you were going to get rid of me for the whole week, did you? It's the Always Irish on Vacation show. I got to talk about this Michael Jordan Notre Dame rumor that's going around. Very, very interesting. I don't care if I'm in Florida or not. It's a little overcast. It's raining today. I'm being a little quiet. There's golfers out here. I'm not trying to disrupt them like I did last time in, I think it was February I was here. So thanks for joining me. We got some news to talk about with this Notre Dame Michael Jordan situation. There's a little smoke building. So thank you for being here on an Always Irish from the tropical Florida undisclosed location edition. Obviously, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps me as well. Notifications on. That way you're alerted every time a new episode drops. You don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar. Always Irish. Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails. alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want me. You can locate me. The call-in lines. 312-988-15. Sorry to that guy. You tell Johnny, oh, you've heard and seen. And now that guy just seen his ball go off to the side because I was yelling in his shot. My bad, my bad. Call-in line's going to have to wait. Even if I do a live from Florida at some point, poolside live or something, we're not going to be able to dial up the call-in lines. I don't have my mixer available for that. Also, please do remember, it's going to be here before you know it. Forever Young Sports Cards and yours truly hosting Sam Hartman's first public Notre Dame NIL signing July 9th. That's a Sunday. We're going to have a great day. We're going to have fun. I'm going to be there meeting and greeting, and it's just going to be a great day. Meet Sam Hartman. Welcome him to town. Wish him good luck. Get yourself an autograph. Get your kid an autograph. Visit foreveryoungsportscards.com for more information and to get your tickets. Get them ahead of time, folks. All right. Let's get into this. So about a month ago, I posted a video about, it was on Twitter because I was using some Michael Jordan footage that I couldn't get away with using on YouTube and monetize it on my channel. And I'm not putting myself in that situation to get flagged. So I put out a video on Twitter blending a lot of the Notre Dame tradition stuff with the Michael Jordan tradition stuff, saying, Notre Dame fans, how would you feel if this was our future? Would you like it? Would you hate it? Would you love it? Where are you at? And I put that out, and it got mixed reaction, which is exactly the point. Nobody in Notre Dame land agrees on anything ever. That was the point. Half the people said, I love it. The other half said, I don't like it. And for a lot of different reasons we're going to get into. But I wanted to put it into people's minds what it would be like to have these two iconic brands, Notre Dame and Michael Jordan, and if they got married and what that could be like. And just to put it out in the ether, and I had a lot of fun editing it. Our old highlights, Jordan's old highlights. It was a lot of nostalgia for me. So that was fun. And there was mixed results. Some people loved the idea. Some people absolutely hated it for different reasons. But this is coming back in the news about a month later. It's coming back in the news, and I'm not exactly sure why. On one hand, I have been told certain things from people I know about this behind the scenes, more from the player side, player agent side, like that side of things, the way they look at things. And then there was a couple former Notre Dame players that put out some tweets about Notre Dame and Michael Jordan stuff. And I think Troy Pride put one out over the weekend, and that started getting circulation, and people were saying, does he know something we don't know? So I see this back in the news again, a month after my initial video, with a little smoke to it between what I've seen on Twitter from our old guys talking about it and what I've heard about it. And so I wanted to go over it again in a little more detail now. I haven't done a video on this on YouTube. I only did the Twitter one. So now's a good time to hit on that. Why not? And it's a little overcast here. There's not much going at the pool or the beach. So let's get into this. All right. So let's look at the pushback. Let's start there. Let's go over some of the reasons some of the Notre Dame fans have told me they wouldn't like this. Let's address those and then kind of work through them. All right. Number one is some people just don't like the idea of having a basketball logo on your football stuff. And, the Jumpman is him in the air with his legs open, all that. So some people just don't think that's a natural fit for Notre Dame's classic vintage feely football stuff to have that Jumpman on there. And it's not even the same sport that we're talking about if we're talking about football. So that's one piece of pushback I've gotten from the Notre Dame fans. Listen, if you wanted to refute that, all I would have to say is, you don't like it because it's a basketball guy. What if I told you Jordan's a brand that could transcend sports, just like Jordan himself tried to do? Baseball was that guy's true love. It wasn't basketball. He was just the best at it in the world. Baseball was his true love. He loved baseball. And that's why he went to that and tried to do it. So I could say that even this brand himself tried to transcend sports. So it's certainly not out of bounds that Notre Dame could use it on a football jersey. All right. So that's number one. Number two, I've had a few people say to me, how are you going to play North Carolina and you have their best player's logo on your jersey and you're going to play them and it's like an acknowledgement that their guy was the best guy or something. I've heard that. Get over it. That's my reaction to that. Get over it. Are you that worried about North Carolina football? Like, I know they got Drake May, but overall, like, that is not even, as much as I hate everybody that's not us and have an axe to grind on weird things with everybody in the world, that ain't on the list. Like, I get wound tight about a lot of things. That ain't going to be on the list. That it's like honoring a North Carolina player. Get over it. Like, I just don't see that as that big of a deal. And I don't perceive North Carolina to be a threat in a way that would warrant me getting worked up about that. All right. So that's a couple of the things that people have brought up. There is one of these that I got to work through in my mind and my emotions. And I'm going to be honest about that. Like I'm always honest with you guys about where I'm coming from and why. It's the Michigan thing. It's the Michigan thing. Nobody's going to like being in the same breadbasket as them. No one, especially me, is going to appreciate the heat that's going to come if Notre Dame makes this deal with Jordan Brand. All the Michigan people I know exactly what they're going to say. Here's what it's going to say. They're all going to go to me on Twitter and say, just like you guys copied our stadium design, you're now jumping on board and copying us with this. Get your own thing. This proves we're better than you. You copied our diagram and made your stadium to after ours and all that. And then they're going to go get your own thing. Why do you want to jump on what we're doing? I don't like that at all. I'm going to hate it, hate it, hate it. I don't want to be linked to them at all. I don't want to be associated to those people at all. I don't want anybody to think we're emulating them in any way, shape, or form. I never want to be connected to those people in any way. These golfers think I'm weird. I don't know why. I don't want to be associated or linked to them in any way, shape, or form, all right? So that one would bug me, all right? So those are the big things that I've heard pushback on when I say, what would you feel, Notre Dame fans, about this happening? So now let's get into some of what I'd say back to some of that pushback, all right? Here's number one, most important. The players want Jordan stuff. And that's what I have heard from my people that have access I don't have. The players want Jordan Brand stuff. One, the mystique of the brand. Two, the cool designs and all that they offer. And three, the comfort and safety of the cleats and the outfits and everything else. That's a big part of this too. I've gone over before the studies that show Under Armour cleats, teams that have those have more lower body injuries than teams that don't. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm just saying when there's a statistical outlier that shows teams that wear Under Armour cleats have more lower body injuries by an outlier amount statistically than people that wear Nike or Jordan or something else, I got to listen to that. So the players want Jordan for all those reasons. And I've heard they've gotten even a chance maybe to try some of the stuff on. They like the Jordan Brand stuff. And the safety's first to me before we even get to style. Safety's first. The players like it. That's very important. The extension of that is, if the players like it, now our players, that means recruits are going to like it, because the players are the recruits and they're just a couple years older. All right. So the players want Jordan. The recruits love repping Jordan. Those are two big things, and they should trump anything any of our fan base thinks. I'm going to value what the players and recruits like more than what I want to wear. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that little Jumpman on our jerseys, it doesn't bother me. I'm a traditional guy. That doesn't bother me. You're going to have a swoosh. You're going to have something there anyways. It doesn't bother me. If anything, I might like having the hero of my childhood's logo on Notre Dame stuff. Man, it's hard for me to not like the way that feels. It's hard for, and you got it. You all know the Bulls were my team. I'm a Chicago area guy. Jordan was in his heyday when I was a young kid. It's going to be hard for me not to like it for those reasons of just what he meant to my childhood. All right. I know I'm an old guy if you're younger than me, but that was my heyday as a young kid loving basketball when Jordan was doing his thing. But so the players like Jordan, the recruits like Jordan, the safety and the comfort seems to be a notch above what we're working with Under Armour. And I could find you that study that went over the injuries with the cleats. If anybody doesn't believe me, I'm not making it up. Here's the third thing, though, aside from the players and the recruits. There should be NIL opportunities out the wazoo for our guys if you partner with Jordan Brand. And if there isn't, somebody's messing up something. Somebody at Notre Dame's dropping the ball, and it's a big one. If you can't figure out a way to turn that into good NIL stuff for our guys with that brand and that brand's reach worldwide, if you can't find something to do with that, you're somebody's dropped the ball. So there has to be an NIL angle to this if you're going to go this way. All right. So those are kind of my big four. The players want Jordan. The recruits like Jordan. NIL opportunities, and then safety, comfort, and the last one, style. That's the last one that matters to me. I want cool stuff to wear, but I want our players to be happy. And I want them to feel cool and swagadicious, swagabrocious, whatever you want to call it. Swagadacious, swag for days, whatever you want. I want them to feel that. And it seems like Jordan's the one they want. Why not make the Notre Dame players and recruits happy? You're going to have to do this anyways and make a decision here. Why not go with the one they all like that's a worldwide brand everybody respects and use every advantage you could get? Those guys just feel cool putting on Jordan stuff. You might say, I might say as a 38-year-old, big deal, but to a 17-year-old you're trying to recruit, if they feel more badass wearing Jordan stuff, you are being irresponsible if you don't listen to that message. So that's a little recruiting thing that might be able to help you lead to some NIL stuff. Like, you got to look deeper than the surface level with a lot of these things. And that's something I think about. There's got to be NIL linked into this. Whoever they go with, Jordan's the easiest one, in my opinion. So that way you're getting every advantage out of this you could possibly get. And you just do it that way. And so I think the last thing that should be considered here is what the fans want and what we want to wear. And if we think it's weird to have a Jordan brand on a football jersey or whatever, they don't care about us old guys, a guy my age. I would rather, and I admit, I'd rather they listen to the players and the recruits that like Jordan brand for a lot of reasons. So I don't know where this is going to go, but there's smoke with Jordan brand that I've seen on Twitter from former players I have no connection to. And then I have been told that the players want Jordan from people that do have more access and insight. So that all makes me wonder, if there's some real smoke here. And if it got done, I think it'd be a home run for Notre Dame. You're linking up the most iconic athlete in the last 40 years, basically. You're linking him up with Notre Dame and what that all means. I like that. I will get over the North Carolina. I'll get over the Jumpman on the football. Nobody complained when we had an Adidas. It was 3 dumb stripes. Who cares? I'd rather have Jordan on there. If you're going to have to put something, put the best athlete I ever grew up seeing on there for a little motivation. Like, I'm down with that. I think also a part of this deal is, if I'm Notre Dame and I'm making this deal with Jumpman, a part of this deal is I'm selling the Jumpman people and Nike behind it all that the Notre Dame brand has to offer. And I want Michael Jordan coming to talk to our guys about winning. Like, you guys, none of this is surface level. When I see a story, I'm thinking 4 levels deep. A part of that deal includes Michael Jordan talking to our guys about how to be an ultimate competitor and never accept losing. We need more of that in society and around Notre Dame in the football arena. So a part of that deal would include sending Michael on a private jet into the South Bend Regional Airport and having him talk to our guys about what it takes to be the best. And there's no one else living in the world other than maybe him and Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus, but that's just a rough fit because of the generations. Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Michael Jordan are the 3 guys that I know have that compete level, that Frank Leahy level, where losing, they can't handle it. Losing's an unacceptable outcome. And that competitive, that level that just stands out. So there's nobody better for this fit, I don't think, than Jordan. I'm making him come there and give a talk to our guys as a part of that deal. So that's what I think about this. It isn't about what we want. It's about what the players and the recruits want. Build it into NIL. Get Michael Jordan himself involved. I like all of that. The worst part of this is dealing with the Michigan pushback. I just have to get over that and just ignore it on Twitter. That's what they're all going to say is, you're copying us with your stadium. Now you're copying us with this. You know, you guys are losers, whatever. Next, you're going to join the Big Ten to be like us too. Like, all of it. Those people have 4 brain cells put together. I'm not going to let them get to me on this when I think the bigger picture here is good for Notre Dame. So that's kind of where I think the news is with this. I would love to know what you guys think. Are you for this? Are you against this? You can't just say you're against it, but not give me a better alternative. We're not staying with Under Armour. That brand is sinking, and the equipment isn't even that safe or good to look at. It ain't going to be that. And then you have Nike and Jumpman, and I know they're connected but kind of separate. But if you don't like this, you have to give me something else. Is it that different to you to see a Nike swoosh than an MJ logo on the football jersey? How is that different? So if you're against this, you can't just say I don't like it. Give me what you do want, and then we'll break that down, the pluses and minuses. But if you could get an NIL advantage out of this, if you can appeal to more of these players and recruits out of this, and you're in the market anyways, link it up with one of the biggest sports icons of all time. Just seems like a home run to me in a lot of practical ways. So that's what I got for you today. Let me know what I'm missing. Let me know what I'm not thinking about. If I'm really off base here, let me know. But I'm interested to see what happens, and I want to see what you guys think. Have a good afternoon.